All right, so we're in the tack room, and the two primary employees happen to be taking a nap at this very moment.
Yep, they're pretty useless. They're off mouse duty right now. Smokey and Blackie, my 7-year-old son named them, as you can see. Very creative.
Yeah.
So I think one of the hardest things when you live this life is this is your life from sun up to sundown. So we hold a really strict schedule with the horses. It helps them. It helps them keep them happy and healthy. It also helps you plan your own life. So their main day starts at 7. Mine normally starts a little earlier. I have 2 small kids. But we start with graining and getting them either in from night turnout or out to day turnout. And then, I just try to schedule throughout the day my lesson program. So I try to do a lot of individual lessons or semi-private lessons just to give more attention. I just like that more one-on-one. I try to space it out so I have a little breathing room and time to check in with the people that work for me, check in with the horses, schedule appointments for vet, farrier, all of the above. So it's always like a revolving door here. A lot of the scheduling has to be, I do a lot of the scheduling of myself, so we schedule all the farrier work. We have a board that says when your horse was done last, when your horse is done next, distributing all of the paperwork that's involved with that, and then the vet was here for 5 hours today while I was doing 4 hours worth of lessons and riding one horse. So it's always a mixed bag on any given day. I try to teach about 5 to 6 hours of lessons a day, Tuesday through Sunday. A couple less and more certain days, but it's a full-time thing.
Yeah. The board, do you kind of view that as paying basic costs?
Yeah.
And then
and that's one of the things. So the board doesn't make you much of anything. You get a little off the top, but the margins are very, very low. Doing our own hay helps. I do bulk shavings, that helps. It's trying to provide a good service to your customers without having it come out of your own pocket. So right now, with everything sort of changing, with this, the college team may or may not be happening this year. I've been trying to evaluate the business, and do I bring in more lesson horses, and does that lesson horse bring me in more money than more boarders? I love my boarders. I wouldn't go to a standard just lesson program. I really enjoy working with people and their own personal horses and bringing them along and doing personal goals, but one boarder, one horse, doesn't bring in more than a lesson horse, unless you're running the horse shows and training a lot and things like that. And I'm lucky that I have many of my boarders that have me do training rides, that do 1 or 2 lessons a week. So it's bringing in the right clients, the right fit, right personality, that makes this job fun and easy every day. I shouldn't say easy, it's never easy. But
you have a pretty good blend of juniors and adults. It seems like some barns, not even intentionally, are shifting one way or the other. Right?
Yes, yeah, okay. And oddly, when I opened my doors, I got an influx of 20-something, 30-something, 40-something-year-old women, and one male boarder. It was great. We love Brian. He came with the farm. So, and then I brought in kids in the lesson program, and most of the kids are in the lesson program, not as boarders, but we do have a nice group. We have a nice mix. It was not really intentional. I've always been at barns where it seems like more younger kids, high schooler kids, elementary school kids, and I think maybe in the back of my head I felt like I needed something a little different. So it's but it's finding that balance so you're not. I like the difference. You know, I love teaching the adult amateurs. You know, it's a little bit of a different dynamic than beginner children or even advanced kids. It's just different goals, different mindset, and you know, I like the mix.
Mm-hmm.
Where I think some people really just love the adults or love the kids, and I like the mix of it. So.
How do you balance off if you do end up with a serious client who wants to go to shows that are more than one day? How do you provide a service to that?
Right. So that's definitely a little harder. I've done it before. You know, I will gladly go to a bigger show or even a smaller show with one client. I'm willing to do that. I don't necessarily make money on that day, but at the same time, you know, I think the attention to the client's needs, as long as I feel like I can do that, and it's important to them that I care, that they don't mean more than the client that wants to go to the A shows. Mm-hmm. So we've gone to a few day away shows. It was hard. It's hard leaving here. Because as much as I have reliable people day to day, I still do a lot in the evening that I cover. You know, so it's just I don't think I ever see myself on the road. And if someone were to approach me about you know, as a client that wants to go to HITS for 6 weeks or go to Vermont or travel the circuit, I'd be like, I'm maybe not the right person for that. You know, and I think sometime maybe I will be when my kids are older, and maybe if I get a few more clients in like that. But as of right now, it's just trying to find the balance there.
But, is there a possibility of someone assisting them while they're away? And that's just
someone assisting the client at their horse shows. Yeah, I mean, I think that I would definitely, you know, if I had a person that wanted to go, and I'm pretty friendly with a lot of the other trainers in the area. I like keeping a good rapport with them. It's helpful in not only being at the horse shows and, you know, seeing them and collaborating with them, and but also just you know, if they see a horse or they know a client who's looking, and you know, they'll think of you, you know. So I would happily send a student of mine with another trainer that was attending that horse show, you know, and I think that feeling that is an okay thing to do without feeling like you're losing the client or not attending to their needs is important.
Yeah. So, okay.